Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Sunny here. I've got a quick update for today's global lab. Wasn't expecting much, other than like some bug fixes and all that, but there's some actual things in here, and there's an announcement about Dosa Awakening release date and a teaser video. So better than I expected, at least. So far, so good. Let's take a look. Guild representation leader. The guild manor has been added. There's some lot of stuff here about the details of it. But yeah, adventurers with the rank of guildmaster or assistant can designate one of the manors held by guild members as the guild representative manor. And then you can freely go in and use it. Looks absolutely stunning and great. Make it pretty, all that. Here's like how you set it up, all the details about it. You have the guild manor here. Yep, so that's finally in. For items, there is a simplification of the green horse armor. And there was some maintenance on the central market today on live servers. So this is going to get unified. The horse gear being simplified this time was assigned according to each concept, but most adventurers were using the Gale, which is the Crocodile, I think. Or the blue version. All adventurers to use the green gear, more meaningful than before. The equipment effects have been integrated, so horse gear combined into one. Right. Oh, the storm gear, right. Of the green ones. So they're talking about the storm gear, which is like the fast version of the storm. So before the changes, you had the light, you had the battle, and you had the storm. And now you have the whirlwind feather. And yeah, so this is the stats, this is the upgrades, whatever you're getting when you're updating it. Strength per ability level, acceleration goes up. So pretty much just unified them into one. The required materials to make them. Next up is a nice quality of life for people doing alchemy and cooking. Purified water is getting changed from being 0.3 weight to 0.1. Absolutely massive for anyone that's doing some cooking, life skilling and all that. As an avid alchemist, this is awesome and about damn time. Next up is you can separate permissions with the guild members regarding their position. So it's going to be easier to, like basically have your guild members have availability of stuff that doesn't fit their ranks. So maybe you have somebody that's not an officer, but he needs to be able to do stuff in node wars or whatever. So you give him permission for that while giving the ranks with the other privileges. So that's updating here. They're adding a new guild mission for the party bosses. So that's cool for the guilds doing that. Get the rewards here. Extra large, 5 times, 4 times, all that. For different bosses. Then they're making an update to the Lakiaro minigame. Now, after gathering Lakiaro found in Camasilva... Oh wait, English version is down here. They mentioned the method of collecting the Lakiaro with a hoe has been revised. After gathering Lakiaro in Camasilva and Dragon, an additional will appear nearby, allowing for further discoveries similar to finding multiple ages-old wild ginseng. Starting with at least one, discoveries may continue until a primitive Lakiaro is found. So it's still gonna be the same, like primitive, they're gonna have grade assigned randomly. To align with the gathering minigame, will increase the gathering EXP from the gathering minigame, Lakiaro minigame, and added new exchange items for the energy of Lakiaro, including the Millennium Wild Ginseng. That's the item for 6 billion silver. It's a 90-day buff. Additionally, the probabilities and quantities of getting those pity pieces, the energies, have been adjusted. So when you finish the gathering, improve so a new one will be discovered. First grade given probability, and any additional after that probably will be higher grade than the previous ones. So there you go, right? They pop up here. You can start doing them, and you can work on it. Get the flowers, and here you have the list. So they have added a one-time thing for this. You have one-time Dimitri armor, old one, right? And you have your weekly exchanges, Manor's accessory box once a week, feathers once a week. I think this is ferns. Yeah, 50 ferns, and also 5 of the Laura teas. And then these are at all times And I know some people are going to be happy to see this. You can exchange it for your Forest Furies as well. So, yep, pretty solid all around. And even 1-for-1 on Spirit Perfumes if you need those. So, pretty solid update. Is it going to be something that's worth doing? I don't know. I'll probably try it out. I definitely plan on doing it enough to get my once per family Ginseng. 500 is going to take a while, but it's a secured way of getting this buff and just having it if you need it. Some changes to War of the Roses. Improvement made so you can no longer receive a death penalty when a mount dies is destroyed on a server during War of the Roses. And then, what I did not expect, the actual big updates, they added Cadry Ruins. Cadry Ruins is actually one of my all-time favorite spots in the game. Really like the aesthetics and everything. We know Cadry Ruins was coming, and also Mirrormurk and Gyfin is supposed to come as well. No date or info on that, neither was this, right? So hopefully any week now. But Cadry was added today, and it's going to be similar, right, to Crescent. You go there, there's these spots, there's only 2 spots right now. They're going to be same difficulty, 310, 400, just like Crescents, and they also drop Dibble Rings and the token, just like Crescents. So for all the people that's been asking for more spots out of Crescent because it's really packed, it's crazy good money, it's relatively easy to do, lots of competition for those spots. Here is 2 additional spots. They should probably be around the same value and their same difficulty, drops the same. So depending on what you prefer, you can do Cadry instead of Crescents. They're also making some changes to Tungrad again. We had some this week. Last patch. Currently, people are getting so much AP that they oftentimes kills the regular mobs before even killing the Visionary. So they're getting a debuff on Visionary whenever you CC it, so it should be guaranteed to get killed and not be left up and sort of ruin respawns. And they are continuing the tightening up of packs. There are several packs which they didn't fix this week, so they are tightening up several. As you can see here, moving the Visionary in is going to be a lot easier to AoE them down for people without gigantic AoEs. So that's nice. There's an issue where the aerobic effects of the Trials of Hero was displayed abnormal, has been fixed, and some easing on the deposed Crown Prince. Next up is some knowledge changes, improvements. Mount Summoning has been added for convenience travel. Again, just some quality of life stuff here. Jardine Saga as well. They're adding wild horses out to Land of Morning Light. Absolutely freaking stunning. And an issue where the overheat cooldown could be shortened by repeating unmounting and mounting the cannon during the cooldown after firing has been fixed. Dismount the cooldown no longer. Time will be longer. Some UI changes. Nothing major. Fix and changes. Again, like just text changes a lot of the time. And now let's get to the big part. Dosa Awakening. Not only is there a new teaser image, there is also an official launch date, October 8, so Tuesday, October 8. Next maintenance is going to be Wednesday, so that means next week's maintenance is on October 2nd, and the following week is on Tuesday, October 8. So keep that in mind. It's going to be having 5 elements in Voca style. It's going to be, as it says right here, it's going to be tree, fire, earth, middle, and water. Although we're planning to release those awakenings simultaneously across all regions on October 8, we're also preparing a development commentary to give you a preview before the update goes live. So please stay tuned. Yep, so it's we're gonna get like a video probably coming out showing even more of the class. But for now, we have 3 abilities being shown, and there is some interesting stuff. And also, it's pretty much confirmed Datamine that I've been talking a bit about on stream at twitch.tv/bprimegaming. Go and follow and check it out. And I'm going to cover that on this video as well, because this looks to be correct in the Datamine, which means there's a high chance that it's a legit one, and some other information is also probably correct. So I'll cover this after we watch the video. Let's take a look. I'll talk a bit about the abilities and what we're seeing. So, right, there's no sound on it. Has a bit of a jump. Pretty big fire AoE. And what looks to be an earth AoE ability. Now, as you guys probably noticed, there's some interesting things going on here. So let's watch it again in slow-mo. This here, first off, does nothing to the character, it seems. It's probably just going to be a move, sort of a double jump. I don't even know if you need to jump on somebody's head. Maybe you can just do it in the air. And you can use this to get on like higher platforms, like strikers can jump up on mountains and roofs and all that, and tamers. So it's probably just a way of traversing the Z-axis with terrain. We don't know if it's going to be super armor, iframe, or whatever. Looks to be just a movement ability. And then you do like a double jump, right, where you can potentially go up to higher terrain. Okay, next up, he's firing off a fire ability. There's nothing going on with the target right here. So in terms of going from one ability to another, which we'll cover a bit, it doesn't seem like you can start with whatever you want. So starting with a fire ability here, and it gets a fire mark. And it has a small green mark here, probably a wood marker, which means you probably want to then go into a wood ability. My guess is it's gonna give a mark on your first type ability, and then randomly give you a secondary marker, which is then the style of magic that you want to use to then proc the mark. So if you see here, he's using the earth ability or the wood ability. There's no fire right now, right? But using the earth ability probably procs the fire, and you get a bonus hit, bonus damage, whatever it is. Surely you can use whatever abilities you want, but by using the correct follow-up abilities, transitioning into the next element, it will most likely be something that procs an explosion or procs the marker for even more damage, right? So big AoEs, and then you have the flame, and as you see here, then the big marker, the potential explosion, the proc you can do is now the earth, and it wants you to transition into a water ability. All right, now we don't see him going on, but that's what I'm expecting. Like invoker style magic, basically transitioning from one style of magic into the next one, to go through all the 5 elements. Which also means there's a lot of randomness in optimal gameplay, potentially with this being an insanely high like skill limit to the class. Of course, there's going to be multiple abilities within every element. So you have options and then potential random color for the follow-ups if you want to do it. But of course, you can just use a regular one for CCs or protections or whatnot. So interesting. Now there's also these 2 small markers. There's the big markers and then small markers. I don't know why, but they do correspond to the big ones. But that's around what we have so far on the class, except a little note. So it's going to be focusing on these 5 abilities. Now, this is interesting because of a Datamine that came out a while ago, and I have been talking about this. So this came out before we knew any of this, right? And basically, the Datamine says that Dosa Awakening is completely ready. It's like a week or 2 ago. It's completely ready. The quest is there and everything. And then down here, Dosa's Awakening fighting style is formed on a gradual transition from one of the 5 elements to the other. In total, it has 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, middle, water. Just like in the official notes here, wood I guess for this one, it's translated from Korean, so we can look at the Korean translations. Right, wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. So far it's correct, and again, we see now that it is transitioning from one element into another. Also here, on the summons, Dosa will have a black and gold tiger. The repeated mentions of the horse in the appeals was not found. So, if you guys heard in the past, I was talking about like a horse and tiger and all that. There are no longer any info about a horse, but it does look like you will get a black and gold tiger. Now, why is this really interesting? Well, it's interesting because it turned out to be correct. And this came out before what we saw here, right? So if that part of it is correct, and they completely nailed it with this, it leads me to believe that the entire Datamine is probably correct. And there's a little interesting note up here for the first part. Preparation of the territory of Areli began. Added molten hellstone textures. Codenamed territories at the moment are BD, or Devil Doom, Devil's Doom / Devil's Abyss. So this would indicate, to me at least, that they are working already on the Demon region, despite the Winter region being the next expansion. So if we're already seeing some of the files creep into the game of the Demon region, that's pretty exciting. Maybe they're a bit further ahead than we are expecting. On both the Winter region and Demon region. So a little something extra in there. It is what it is, right? It's BDO. We don't know anything until it's there. Don't get your hype up. They're probably not going to drop it anytime soon. Or maybe they're going to be announcing the Winter region and Caltheon Ball. Who knows? But there you go. That's it for today's patch. Pretty exciting. Awakened Dosa will be out on October 8th. It's looking to be very interesting and unique. I'm definitely looking forward to playing it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.